Space junk.
Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. St. Paul. Free your mind. There is no spoon. Avoid having preconceptions about any situation or idea. Stop. Wait. Let the situation unfold. It will always show the best way to follow. Advice to myself that I never take. Every problem is accompanied by its solution. Look around to see if the solution is immediately available. Don't desire the colored veneer of jade, nor the solid dullness of a rock. Dal 39, The End, Hansen translation. Love, truth, beauty, peace, and harmony. I create my reality with my thoughts. Louise Hay. Fear is like a giant fog. It sits on your brain and blocks everything. Real feeling, true happiness, real joy. They can't get through that fog. But you lifted, buddy, and you're in for the ride of your life. Bob Diamond, Defending Your Life. The influence of the senses has, in most men, overpowered the mind to the degree that the walls of space and time have come to look real and insurmountable. And to speak with levity of these limits is, in a word, the sign of insanity. Emerson. It is good for me to be lucky. Lucky happenstances happen to me every day. Luck adds to my wealth and success, which I share with others. Lucky me. I expect the best in all situations. I accept the best in all situations. I deserve the blessings given to the prodigal son. I accept it with gratitude and humility. I am a son of the Most High. Life is meant to be enjoyed. Be still and know that I am God. May all beings be healthy and happy. A'a ikahula, welka, hila hila ikahale. When you want to bust some serious hula moves, don't pussyfoot around. Dharma is but a creation of the mind. If you could only achieve a state of detached equanimity, immediately the chain of causation would snap. Huang Po, number 26. Human nature does not have right understanding. Divine nature does. A man hears himself called silly by a divinity, as a child does by an adult. Whoever cannot seek the unknown sees nothing, for the known way is an impasse. Of all the words yet spoken, none comes quite as far as the wisdom, which is the action of the mind beyond all things that may be said. The harmony past knowing sounds more deeply than the known. Let's not make rash guesses, our most lucid thoughts. Hungry livestock, though in sight of the pasture, still need the prod. The cosmos works by the harmony of tensions like the lyre and the bow. Applicants for wisdom, do what I've done. Look within. Heraclitus. In order to know the mind, it is necessary to empty the mind. The origin of calamity and fortune depend upon and adhere to each other, just as shadows and echoes follow forms and sounds. If you can reverse this mechanism of enlivening and killing, calamity will turn to fortune in the time it takes to turn over your hand. Do not keep the mind on appearances. This is the true guideline of the Buddha. If you want to adorn a Buddha land, practice compassion impartially. Rescue the suffering. There is nothing conceivable that is not mind. The state of mind transcended over all dualities brings liberation. The book of the great liberation. Approach it and there is no beginning. Follow it and there is no end. You can't know it, but you can be it. At ease in your own life, just realize where you came from. This is the essence of wisdom. Facing it, you cannot see its head. Following it, you cannot see its rear. If you grasp the guiding discourse of ancient times in dealing with today's reality, you can know the ancient beginnings. This is called a guiding discourse's record. Standing before it, it has no beginning. Even when followed, it has no end. It is the now. It exists. To the present, apply it. Follow it well, and reach its beginning. Go towards them, and you can see no physical front. Go after them, and you can see no rear. Hold on to the Tao of the old to master the things of the present. Master what once was at the start. It's the essence of the rarefied, pearl-stringed Tao. Meet it, and it has no face. Follow it, and it has no back. Hold close to the ancient Tao, and be master of your present existence. Knowing the present, you mirror the past. This is the clue to Tao. We meet it and do not see its front. We follow it and do not see its back. When we can lay hold of the Tao of old to direct things of the present day, and able to know it as it was in the old way, this is called unwinding the clue of the Tao. Just settle your spirit and breathe, and leave it up to nature. When all mundanity has been stripped away, the elixir is complete. Leaping out of the cage of ordinary life is a myriad of years. Mixing with acquired conditioning, sense and essence change. True sense becomes obscured, and arbitrary feelings arise. The indestructible true energy is covered by external influences, and is no longer at one's command. This is like the son of the family of the East living at the neighbors to the West. But, though he be living at the neighbors to the West, it's not that we never meet, and yet when we see him, we do not recognize him, understanding reality. When we act with sincerity, everything we do is right. The man sitting atop the 100-foot pole, though he may have gained initiation, this is not yet real. Step forward from the 100-foot pole and become the universe. Zen Koan. Welcome the truth. I will accept the truth of what I am, and I will be totally healed today. A Course in Miracles. A sensible guide. In governing people and serving nature, nothing is better than conserving. In general, only conserving deserves to be called readiness. Early readiness, call it emphasizing accumulating virtuosity. If one emphasizes accumulating virtuosity, then there is nothing one cannot conquer. If there is nothing one cannot conquer, no one knows one's limits. Those of whom no one knows their limits may take states. The mother of taking states is able to endure. This is called the deep root and inherent base of the guide to long life and enduring vision. Tao Te Ching, number 50, Blakeney translation. And as to the knowledge of natural things, some have confessed but one only being. Others have admitted an infinite number. Some have believed that all things are in perpetual motion, others that nothing moves. Some have held the world to be full of continual generations and corruptions. Others maintain that nothing is engendered or destroyed. He said that besides that, he should be glad to know of those persons whether or not they were in hopes of one day putting into practice what they'd learned, or whether they had imagined that, after they found out the causes of things that had happened, they should be able to cause winds and rains, and to dispose the times and seasons as they had occasion for them, or whether they contented themselves with the bare knowledge without expecting any further advantages. This is what he said of those who delighted in such studies. As for his part, he meditated chiefly on what was useful and proper for men, and took delight to argue of piety and impiety, of honesty and dishonesty, of justice and injustice, of wisdom and folly, of courage and cowardness, of the state, and of the qualifications of a minister of the state, of which it becomes men of condition to know, and which none but slaves should be ignorant. My memorable thoughts of Socrates, Xenophon.